All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. What are we on? Season 2, Episode 1. My name is Mingo.
This is Tony.
I'm Sebass.
So, a lot has happened. I know you haven't heard us since last year? Yeah, since last year. So, we'll jump into what's been going on. But I have to tell you, yesterday, it was my little niece's birthday, right? And we all got to go out together. And I'm going to let Sebastian tell the story.
I don't know why he's letting me tell it.
Because he felt like such a star yesterday when this happened. Huh?
Kind of.
Just, you know.
Oh, hey, that's something.
It was actually really kind of cool. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So go ahead, Sebastian.
It was pretty awesome. So we pulled up to the river. We were going to the Cheesecake Factory. You know where that's at, right?
Yep.
So we pull up, and there's no places to park. So we said, fuck it, we'll just go through valet. Just drop it off and then come pick it back up when we're done. So we go, and we park, to gather
grab our
ourselves
shit and get out,
before we get out. And the valet guy approaches the car. I get out before he fully gets out of the car, so I can't hear what's happening. But I walk around, and he goes, "So you must be Mingo then?" And he's shaking my dad's hand. And he looks at me and he goes, "So you must be Sebass."
What's going on?
We had both worn our Sideshow shirts out that night. Not even on purpose. We'd both worn our Sideshow shirts out to go to dinner. And he saw it on my dad, on Mingo. And then I come walking around the car and he said, "The duo's fucking here."
Wow.
It was a trip, dude. He walked over the car, kind of had his head down, and he was like, "Hey, it's $7 to park, and you can pay me when you come out." And then he kind of stopped, and he looked, and he says, "So you must be Mingo." And I was like, "Ain't nobody out here know me like you." So, "Yeah, Mingo." He said, "Hey, man, my name's Raymond. I'm Champ's cousin."
Oh, okay.
He said, "Look, man, you must be Sebass." You're like, "Yeah." He shook his hand and everything. He said, "Yeah, dude." He says, "You guys are hilarious. I love listening to you guys. It's really, really cool." So he says, so I tried to pay him. No, don't worry about it. I said, no, dude. I'll at least tip you then. At least, you know what I mean? That way, whatever,
that's
right?
Cool.
So. I tipped him, and he was, right as we were walking away, he said, "Hey, man, keep it up, dude. You guys are great." And he tells Seabass, he says, "Hey, keep being a smart ass, dude. What's up?"
Keep up the shit talk. That shit's hilarious.
It was awesome, dude. So, Raymond, hey, man, thank you for listening. We appreciate you, and thanks for taking care of us yesterday when we were at the river.
Yeah, he's one of the people that actually hit me up during our hiatus about what was going on. He's like, "What's going on?" You know,
right? And
I just said, "Yo, my co-host got a little sick there for a second."
Dude, that shit knocked me out, bro. So let's start off with Christmas and all that, because I mean it's been a long span since we've been here. So how was your Christmas?
My Christmas was good.
Did you get everything you wanted?
Yes, I did.
Yeah?
I didn't really want anything, but yeah.
Come on, you wanted that. You wanted that dope ass hoodie you're wearing right now. Like, that's, you know what I mean? There's only 3 of them made in the U.S. right now, dog.
I appreciate it. Nice sporty Sideshow podcast hoodie.
So I got one for myself, Tony, and Sebastian. All 3 of us have one that has our name on it. So if you're out and about and you see us, make sure you stop and say hi, and let us know what you like and what you don't like, and we'll drop your name in the Sideshow.
Nice.
Ours was good too, man. We had a really good time. So in the kitchen, I don't know if you saw those posters that are hanging on the wall, or the paintings that I have on the wall.
Uh-huh.
So that's like my favorite artist. I've followed Justin Buo since like 2008 now, so about 13 years, and I've had a few of his paintings. I have 2 that were done on wood, 3 of them I think that were done on wood. One's hanging in my room. Milo took the other 2 that I had, put them up in his room. And then, so my nephew, we do like a gift exchange at Christmas because there's just way too many of us.
Right.
So my nephew got my name. My nephew, Weddle, thank you very much, Mijo. I appreciate what you got. And he bought me the 2 posters that are on the outside. And I bought myself the one in the middle because I wanted to put 3 there. So I took down the sconces and the mirror. and put those up. And then, so I went and I had them matted and stuff. That way they could put them on there. I was going to have them framed, but the girl was like, you know what? She says, it's going to be more like a movie poster if you do it this way. And it's a little bit cheaper if you want to try that. And if not, you can always, come back in and we'll frame them for you. All right, cool. Well, let's try that. So I did it that way. And I really like the way it looks. It looks really good.
Yeah. It looks like an adult's home.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost too adult, but, I'll get away with it. And then, but what's cool is, in one of the picture with the DJ, if you look in the background of that picture, so that picture, he's got like 5 or 6 different renditions of it. He's got one where Bruce Lee's mixing. He's got a couple of different artists that are mixing. And so that one there, if you look in the background, just to the left of the DJ, there's a painting on that DJ's wall.
Okay.
I bought the painting that was on that DJ's wall for Milo about 3 years ago. And I had it framed. It's the one that's sitting in the living room right now.
So is it that same artist's other picture? So he just put
his picture in the background of his picture, which is brilliant, right? That's smart, right? But Milo noticed that, and I was like, "Oh, that's fucking dope." So that makes it extra special, like, you know what I mean? So that was kind of cool. And then what all did you get? Did you get anything exciting?
Someone's gonna get offended. I just got like clothes and candy and tickets to Bill Burr, and what else?
An electric drum set?
Oh, yeah, then.
You got a drum set?
Yeah. By accident. So here's the story with that.
It was a 2-for gift.
Yeah. It was, hey, we got this extra. We don't want to get rid of it. Do you want it? Okay. So my mom and my stepdad bought my little brother, my youngest brother, an electric drum set. Because I got him into guitar, and he's expressed interest in drums. So they bought him an electric drum set. But my stepdad didn't see that the charge went through on his card, so he bought 2. And he canceled one, but they both ended up shipping to the house. So they said, hey, we already gave him the one. Do you want to take it? I'm not going to tell you no. So, yeah, I'll take it. So, yeah. I still haven't set it up yet.
Oh, I was going to say, what's going on?
Yeah, right? Now you got Tony's attention. So,
yeah.
Hey, let's cut the podcast short and let's go.
Now it's a good Christmas.
You want to see where it's at?
Sure.
It's in the back of my car.
Are you serious? How long has it been there?
Since Christmas. He's got nowhere in his room to put it.
I've got nowhere in the house to put it. If the garage was clean, we could do that, but...
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Very. Well, that's a very nice gift.
Yeah.
Because those things aren't cheap.
Mm-mm.
I mean...
that one, he got the free one. He didn't get the one they paid for.
Yeah.
He got the extra.
So how was your Christmas up there? That's what I wanted to know.
Fuck. I have the same thing. My grandma buys the same presents for all the males in the family. No, what? What are you going to interject?
Hold on. Tell them what your Nana got you for Christmas this year.
No, yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Oh, okay.
My grandmother for the past 3 years has bought all the males that go to the house the same thing every year. Not every year, but she buys the same thing for every male, right? So 2 years ago, we got a high-vis jacket for whenever we're doing work on the side of the road. We got cones. Oh, I'm not done. We got cones that have high-vis tape on them for when we're doing work on the side of the road. A bag of chips and something else that I can't remember because I threw it away. This year, I can't remember what we got last year, but this year, I shit you not, I got we all got a little board of chip clips. That was really fun.
And he won't share them. We had open bags of chips. And, hey, dude, let me get one of them chip clips.
I threw them away.
Why would you do that?
They're cheap, flimsy dollar store shits that she fucking threw off the shelf. Oh, I'll get these. These will
Chip
work.
clips are cool.
They weren't exactly chip clips. They were like all-purpose bullshit.
Bro, they
Whatever.
weren't chip clips at fucking 22 are not fucking cool.
Yeah. I'm not. Holy shit, thanks, Grandma. I got chip clips.
I got a bunch of open
gets
bags I
worse.
can go home and clip right now.
You know the light that he uses that's like this little number right here that kind of flips around and is super bright?
The one I've used when you were out working.
Okay.
I got one of those. But it doesn't have a magnet on the bottom, no. It's got a clip that comes up that you can hook and hang it somewhere.
It's for camping.
And it's also got a light on the front and on the top, just in case I get bored of the side one.
Multi-use.
Fantastic. Ask me how many times I've used it since Christmas. No, just ask me. No.
How many times have you used this?
0. Okay. Next,
But
moving
what-
on, I got a shirt that no longer fits me because she bought a 2X. It's kind of her fault. She didn't ask. What else did I get? Some candy.
Maybe she was hoping that.
Well, she can fuck off. No, yeah, that was it.
Okay, the light is meant to be used when you need it.
Mm-hmm.
You just haven't needed it yet.
Yeah, I don't think I will either.
Oh, one day you'll need it.
I have a bajillion flashlights. I have 2 in every place that I've ever been. My room, I'm sure there's somewhere in the garage there's one. I have 2 in my car
Watch, when the zombie apocalypse comes, you're going to need
that I'm going to attach one on the front of my fucking gun.
Don't worry, look. I've more than prepared this child for the zombie apocalypse. We're golden. You know what I'm saying?
So when did you actually come back?
I don't remember. I think it was the day after Christmas. It was either the 26th or the 27th.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys came back that Monday, right? So,
The
that 27th?
Something. One of
Yeah.
those 2 days. It doesn't matter.
Christmas was on Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that Monday. So, the 27th, yeah.
Okay. So how'd you fare without them?
You know, it was kind of sad. It was, you know what I mean? I'm used to having them here, you know what I mean? But it was also nice at the same time. Like, you feel guilty about thinking, oh, it's kind of quiet.
My ass. Anyways.
It's kind of quiet. It's nice to sit here and watch TV. And I thought, fuck, but now I got to order my own shit. I got to fucking...
I got to get up to get my own drinks.
I didn't eat the whole weekend because I'm not going to cook for just myself, you know what I mean? Luckily, I had a few tamales, so, you know, everything was good there. Yeah, it was just a trip, you know what I mean?
Did your whole family wait for them to come back before you guys did something?
No, we
or-
did Christmas before.
Yeah, we
Oh.
did it before they left.
All right.
So, and then we tried to do the whole, we had it set up to do the whole thing when they came back, and then Miley was like, well, I don't know when I'm coming back, and blah, blah, blah. Fuck it, just go. We'll just do it all at my brother's. So, but next year, we're gonna do a Christmas at the house with just us. So, that's planned for this year. I'm going to go ahead and give you credit on that one and let you know that that's coming this coming year.
Did you guys take a picture together at least?
No, I don't think we did.
No, but we had plenty from your Christmas party, so thank you for that.
Sans Milo.
You like those pictures, huh?
Yeah. I have memories now of living here.
He did, right? Dude, you should have seen. I don't give a shit what he says, dude. I'm gonna fucking, now he's talking shit. I'm gonna blow him out of the water, dude.
I said I enjoyed them.
He ain't
Yeah.
talking shit. He's being sincere.
Yeah, no, he was. Dude, it was so fun. Okay, come on, let's go. What? I said, well, yeah, if I'm gonna go, come take it with me.
At that fucking stand-up house thing that
With
all
the
the kids
circle-
were
with the
taking.
circle.
Yeah, that all the kids were taking pictures of or in. He was like, okay, go. I would take a picture. Nah, motherfucker, we're going together.
And then when we went to the house with the plexiglass on the front, this is out on Candy Cane Lane there in Cat City, by the way, on Landau.
These aren't just random houses that we're standing
Yeah,
in
we
front
were
of.
just driving by. Get out, take pictures. And then at the very end, the last one where they had the little the banner. So come on,
Oh, yeah.
come on, let's go. Come
Well,
on, Dad.
and I wanted to stand us apart so that you could see what was on the sign. But then you forced us together.
Well, I think that's kind of because we're big. So
Thanks, Tony.
I
Well,
didn't say it.
he said it nice without pointing it out. You know what I mean? Kind of as best he can.
Yeah.
So did you get what you wanted for Christmas this year? Anything in particular? Or I think I already asked you, right?
Yeah. You know, I haven't even opened it yet. I'm hoping on doing it this weekend. Maybe, probably this weekend.
What do you mean you haven't opened it yet?
It's a bread maker.
Ah,
when
dope.
when my wife and I first got married, I think we got one as a wedding gift.
Okay.
And I used to make bread. It used to be off the hook too.
Really?
Yeah. So she got me one. I was like, wow. So I'm gonna try and hook that up again.
Dude, my wife, when I was married, with terca that she wanted one. Oh, and you just put the stuff in it, and it kneads it all by itself, and then you turn it on, and you come home, and it smells just like baked bread, just fresh bread. Every time you come home, dude, I came home to fresh bread once. Oh no, it's just too much work. Too much work. You just pour the ingredients in there and let it sift it itself. What are you talking about? So bad memories. I mean, it just memories. It is what it is, right? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I just haven't cracked it yet, so
All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
You're gonna do that this weekend.
I hope so.
Now, when you do that, do you do anything special with it, with the bread that you make?
When we first got married and we first got it, no, it was just regular
warm
white
bread.
Yeah.
Bread and butter.
Yeah,
that's
because
it.
at that point we don't know spices and we don't know, maybe throw some cheese in there and let it bake in with the cheese or.
So, I bring myself back to this, and thank you and Champ over at Whiskey Glass Podcast for doing a little joint venture for us since I was out sick for so long, and me and Sebastian. But you guys brought up the buttering thing again, and I was just wondering, like. You keep talking like I take the stick of butter and smash it in there. You just gently rub the toasted bread with the tip of the butter just to get the butter on there. That's first. Second of all, Champ was talking about that he felt something had happened. He was making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. He was craving something. He was, fuck, I'm going to make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And he started off with the jelly first, right? Then he says, but I still had jelly on there. Like I didn't know whether to just jam it in the peanut butter or just, dude, why didn't you just wipe the other piece of bread with the jelly and then cover that little bit of jelly with some peanut butter?
Yeah, that's an option.
That would have been the right option.
All right, two things on that.
Okay, go.
Your butter.
Yes.
Buttering the toast. I'm going to tell you right now. And let's not get into an argument about it.
Okay.
Oh, famous last.
The toast, when you get that toast out of the toaster, it's going to be warm, but it's not going to be hot. Okay? So when you say, I take that stick of butter and I gently rub it on the bread, no. Because you're implying you're relying on the heat of the bread to soften the butter as you're slowly, lightly rubbing it.
Correct.
That's not going to happen. The toast is not going to be that warm.
Yes, it is.
No,
You're
it's
tripping.
not. And the butter is going to be that hard.
And then when you do it,
Hold on. Daddy speaking.
he said, "Daddy, you might be his daddy. You ain't my daddy." Shit, tripping.
But again, toast does not stay warm for that long.
Well, hold on. It all depends. Are you toasting bread like my son does, where like Milo, he doesn't even let it get any kind of brown just to warm the bread? I'm talking about when you toast some bread, when you come out and it's almost super crunchy and you just rub it on it.
Okay,
and then you put butter on the other side and you put them two together.
It's not
and
hot
the
enough.
warmth yes.
Hold on, Daddy's talking.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
Tu papá está hablando.
First of all,
It's
Seabass.
papi.
No, you ain't got shit to say
First
to
of
me.
all, Seabass.
You ain't got shit
Let's
to say
get it
to me.
straight.
Nuh-uh.
When you refer to one of us as Daddy 1 and Daddy 2,
No.
okay?
No, because there's
So
only
we know
one
who
in
you're
this room.
talking about.
There's only one in this room.
Okay.
Ain't
Yeah.
nobody talking about
That's
you.
one. This is
Ain't
two.
nobody talking
That's
about
right.
you when they
There
say
is
daddy.
only one in this room, but there's also a 2.
Yeah, you number 2 at everything, huh?
Oh, that's pretty good.
But again,
I know.
toast is not that warm. That is gonna,
Yeah, especially like if you rub it on and then you put the two together, now they're sharing and have a combined heat. You just got to try it.
It's
Just try
not.
it.
Oh,
Just
no,
try it once.
no.
I'm telling you, it's gonna change
And
your
number
life.
2, in regards to him and that peanut butter and jelly,
Yeah.
I got one thing to say, and I should have told him that night. And I thought about it, but I just didn't say it.
What's that?
Uncrustable.
Yeah, but not everybody rolling like you, Tony.
Dog.
Not everybody can get Uncrustables.
Everybody can get Uncrustables.
But why would you do that when you could get? Look, you get. Bread.
I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it because I have the both. But what I'm saying is, Uncrustable is such a great idea that it's so perfect.
Uncrustables is great for like a mom and dad that have young kids that are running out to go to school. Oh shit, we'll just throw in an Uncrustable. There's your lunch. Here you go. Here you go, little Johnny. Have a great day. Like, for the amount that you pay for, what is it? They come in like 6 and 8, right? Or 6 and 12, something like that?
Something like that.
And like, it's like fucking $8 for the box, right?
Right.
So you get a loaf of bread. The most expensive thing is going to be the peanut butter, and that peanut butter you could stretch a small jar of peanut butter to last you like 4 loaves of bread.
Okay,
and that's going to be
right,
like $3.
You're right.
So now you're at $4, right? $1 if you use the cheap jelly, $1, $2 if you use the other one. That's still $1 less than what you would have spent on the Uncrustables, and you still have you have a longer, a larger inventory of ingredients to make peanut butter and jelly.
Right.
And you can cut the crust off if it's that big of a deal.
And think of it this way, though.
Okay, go ahead.
And this is really where you guys are at. You're not going to dirty a dish to eat one. Boom. Mic drop. Because we all know you guys can't stand making dirty dishes.
All right.
You can't even use a butter knife. You see, but back to the Uncrustable. You know how good it's perfect. Uncrustables are perfect.
Not sponsored, by the way.
They should be.
Taste great. If you thaw it out properly prior to eating, it's off the hook.
You keep yours frozen?
Yes.
I keep mine in the fridge.
I don't eat them often.
Oh, I mean, I don't even get those damn things.
I don't eat them often enough to warrant them being in the refrigerator.
I'm going to bring something up real quick. And we're just going to lay it out there. And dude, why the fuck am I getting letters from Forest Lawn? Now I'm getting letters from AARP with, hey, you're almost dead. You probably want to join us.
Yeah.
And then now Forest Lawn is, hey, we realize you're getting extra close. Now it's time to go ahead and come in and plan it out. I don't know how I feel about that.
They're doing their job properly. They've planted the seed.
I want to know how they got my information.
That's a good
You've been
question.
to 2 funerals now.
Oh, that's true, right?
I hate to fucking...
Yeah, but none of my information... Well, I don't think any of my information's on there.
You know, my birthday's in like 3 weeks. Maybe even 2.
Wow, you're going to be 51, huh?
Yeah. And AARP sent me a birthday card.
Now, you're not a member yet, though, right?
No.
Yet.
Well, no, you might as well. I mean, I'm going to be when it comes time. Like, I get... what
do you mean when it comes time?
No, you got to be 55.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
To enjoy the discounts.
See, again,
So,
they're planting the seed.
So, like Denny's, IHOP, the movies, you get discounts on the snacks.
Don't mention movies.
Why?
Wife and I are really upset with the both of you.
Why?
A movie you recommended that we watched 2 nights ago.
Spider-Man?
No. And we were like, I can't believe, A, we watched this whole movie, and B, Mingo and Sebass paid to watch this movie.
What movie was it?
Ghostbusters, whatever.
Dude, that movie is fucking dope. What are you talking about?
2 hours of my life I can't get back.
You guys just suck at watching movies.
No, you guys suck at recommending movies.
Bullshit.
we don't.
You're the first person that I've talked to that didn't like the movie.
You stuck up prissy little bitch.
Why don't you like it? What was it that you didn't like?
It wasn't a good movie.
You
How?
fucking tripping.
Where?
It wasn't a good movie.
Where?
They did such a great job, on casting. They did a great job on
Here we go.
on creating a movie that's a standalone movie about Ghostbusters and brought the whole like from years ago, brought it all to an end. And if you sit here and tell me that the one that fucking Melissa McCarthy and what do you call it made is better?
No, not at all. But it wasn't that great of a movie.
You're fucking tripping.
What was it? Ghostbusters Afterlife or something like that?
I don't know what it's called.
Aftershock?
It's Ghostbusters.
It wasn't that great.
You're tripping, dude.
No.
Absolutely tripping.
So those of you who haven't watched it yet, don't bother.
The little fat kid that was her friend.
Don't waste your friend.
Podcast?
You mean podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of funny.
That was a great movie, dude.
No, it wasn't.
Great movie.
Horrible.
You're tripping.
Both times we watched that movie, yes, we watched it twice. Every time podcast said anything in the movie, I looked at him because they sound the same.
Oh,
Not only did we go pay to watch it in the theater, the day it was released on the digital copy, I bought it. I have it. I own it. That's gonna be a part of my history. He's gonna get that when I die. He's gonna have it.
That's about the only thing that's going to be in the will towards me.
Oh
My 300 movie catalog.
I have half of it sitting in my fucking room anyway.
Yeah, right.
All right, man.
I can't believe you guys didn't like it. That's just so weird.
Did not like it at all. And the worst part, we watched it like towards the end of the evening, and I didn't fall asleep. I think it's because it was so bad.
No, I think it was.
That I was pissed off.
That makes
my
fucking
anger
sense.
was keeping me up.
I think it was so good that you were on the edge of your seat and you couldn't
No,
go
I
to
think it
sleep.
was one of those things that it was so bad that I was waiting for it to get good, and it kept me going.
Oh, you're so fucking tripping. Now you're just talking out of your ass. I'm sorry, you're just talking out of your ass.
Don't apologize.
Yeah. So, again, while you were on the Whiskey Glass podcast, right?
Hey, you said it right.
You talked about the fucking halftime show that's coming up for the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Now, I saw the commercial weeks ago, like when they was like sneak
When it
peek of it
first.
or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's like a 4-minute fucking commercial.
It's almost 6 minutes.
And I thought, wow, like what a sell for a halftime. Like the halftime show is almost bigger than the Super Bowl itself. Like, I know that I'm stretching by saying that, but as far as musically, I mean, and the way they're promoting it, they're not doing 4-minute fucking commercials for the Super Bowl, I'll tell you that, or 6-minute commercials.
That's true.
But the entertainment value in that goddamn commercial and the way they filmed it and the piano in the water and that,
Yep.
They did a fucking great job.
And as I stated, with it being almost 6 minutes long, the halftime show itself is 13 minutes long.
So that's half the show right there.
That's half the show right there.
Holy shit. But I had a question similar to yours. Because you were questioning who didn't belong.
Correct.
And I thought, oh shit, he's going to talk about what I wanted to talk about. But you didn't. You went in a different direction, and you had an issue with Kendrick Lamar being on the halftime show. But you have to remember that Kendrick Lamar was signed by, if I remember correctly, he's signed by Dre. And he was like the biggest or the next biggest West Coast rapper that was coming out. Like he's supposed to be on that level. I don't know if I see him there, so I understand what you're saying. Like
Exactly what I'm saying.
my question is Mary J. Blige. Now, let me preface this way. I'm a huge Mary J. Blige fan. Mary J. Blige
You can't fucking
fan.
talk.
Right? Liked all of her shit. I've seen her in concert. She's great. But is she still a relevant artist to have such a platform like the Super Bowl?
I think, again, my take on it was the time when they were hitting it, when each artist was hitting it big.
Right?
And all four of them are around the same time. Mid-90s,
Except for
very early 2000s, which is why I can group them together.
Right.
They had hits at that point in time. Then you added Kendrick Lamar, who, as I said, my wife was like, who is that? And I said,
You-
exactly.
You guys didn't know who Kendrick Lamar was?
I did, but my wife doesn't.
Wow.
She don't listen to that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So do you think it's kind of like a passing of the torch?
No, I think it's we gotta keep the younger kids watching this too. So we need somebody that's young that's gonna pull that younger audience, like my daughter. My daughter couldn't care less about Eminem, Mary J. Blige, but Snoop, yeah, because he's
Snoop,
yeah,
right.
him,
And-
yeah. I mean, but Kendrick Lamar, she prefers him over Snoop.
That's interesting. Yeah, I was just a little thrown back that, and then again, but is Mary J. Blige from out on the West Coast? Would she be considered a? But that because I sat back and I was like, well, wait a minute, what other West Coast female would there be that was around?
Yo, kid. Dog, she had that hit, that one song. Come on.
Why
Can't play my
not
yo-yo?
JJ Fad?
Because that was way too. That's way. That's like early. That's mid '80s.
The same with Yo-Yo. She was out when fucking, well, at the beginning of NWA and Cube.
Michelle A. JJ. Who'd you say?
JJ Fad.
What about Oaktown 357, son?
Now you stretching. Why not Angelina?
Angelina. This ain't a Lowrider magazine car show.
Why not West Coast? Shit, who more West Coast than fucking Lolos? Shit. And they coming out in lowriders. They had lowriders in the commercial.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you. I was kind of disappointed in Snoop Dogg's part when he was rolling down the street in his convertible lowrider.
Why were you disappointed?
The top was up. You need that top down, kid. That's California right there.
Yeah,
I was like, why is this top up?
because he was in Long Beach off the coast. It was probably cold than the motherfucker. I ain't putting that shit down.
No, I think he really should have had that top down.
Yeah, he should have. Yeah, I'm with you on that. You're right on that part.
But that commercial went hard. I
Yeah.
have to admit, I was like, again, that's not necessarily my style of music, but I was like, wow, that's a great commercial.
But you have to, yeah, the value, the production value of what they did with that is just amazing. Like, it's just that's not just, oh, hey, coming up, blah 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 blah. I mean, they put some thought in it. That shit was hard.
Did you hear about the how they're saying that they should change the logo for the Super Bowl?
No.
When I read the attention grabber, the title of the article,
Right.
online, of course, it said that the logo should be changed because it looks like it's geared more towards CSI, fans of CSI type shows, murder, those kind of shows.
Right.
And so I'm like, what are they talking about? So I look at it, and you know how it's the Roman numerals.
Right.
Well, it's like red palm trees, and behind like the background is like a dark yellow, kinda, with red palm trees.
Right. So like a skyline, but facing the beach.
Kinda, but it's just the red palm trees and the yellow background.
Okay.
And it does. I saw it right away because they put my mind to it.
Right.
It actually looks like blood that's being dripping down.
Jesus.
Inside, yeah. So if you look at the logo for the Super Bowl this year, it's red again. It's red palm trees, but if you really look at it, it looks like blood splattering and falling down. That's why they're saying more for a CSI watcher. I guess those are the type of people that caught that.
Wow.
Pull it up. It looks a trip. I see it. I totally agree with them.
Yeah, that's crazy. I hadn't seen that part. I'm about to look it up. So have you had any kind of like downtime since the beginning of the year? I know you talked about a couple of shows that you watched. I know that you said that you finally got to. Did you finish watching all of The Walking Dead?
I finished watching all of The Walking Dead.
Did you really?
Yes.
Okay, because it comes
All
back
of
the 22nd this month.
Okay.
I believe it's right.
Right here, let me look it up.
So what'd you think about it? Did you like it? It was good, right?
It was good. Yes.
Yes?
Yes. It wasn't great.
But it was better than what you had been saying.
It's exactly what I expected. I actually made notes. Would you like to discuss now?
Sure. Sebastian,
because we're
gonna need your attention on this
He
one.
wants to get shit on.
I understand. Seabass might get a little upset with me. This is coming from a hater. So be
Always a
prepared to
hater.
defend.
Always a hater.
You ready?
On everything we do, really.
You ready?
Sure, go ahead.
Episode 1. Who's homie with the mask?
They answer that question.
When?
In
Not
either
this
that
season?
episode or the next episode.
No, they don't. He looked like the man in the Iron Mask. Remember that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yes.
They do answer that question. but
Yeah.
Continue.
Okay, well, I don't have the answer.
That's
What
fine.
is it?
Continue. Ask
She
the
was
question.
she was with
It was a woman?
no, it was she
He was with Maggie.
he was with Maggie. yeah.
Right.
His name is Isaiah,
Okay.
And he's from the city that she was at.
Okay.
called Meridian.
Okay. Why is he in a mask?
It's just what
That
they,
we had, yeah. That I don't think they talked about that yet.
Well, that's what I meant. What,
Oh, well, that's not what
I don't
you
give,
did.
I don't
Yeah,
care
that's
his
not what you
name. I don't
said.
care where he's from. I want to know why homie's in a mask.
Well, that
to
one they
protect
haven't
his
answered
face.
Okay.
yet. That would be the logical reason.
Here we go.
Okay, go ahead. Next question.
What happened to the priest's eye? I remember you guys talked about it.
So there was a part where he was with Negan that I think either he
Fell into those flowers.
it was either the flowers or it was a zombie or something like that. But something got in his eye. Or no, he got sick. So it must have been those flowers. He got sick and one of his eyes went cloudy. So he's blind in that eye.
Did you notice though when he shoots, he puts the
The bad eye in?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I noticed it because you guys pointed it out. Yeah. Daryl.
yes.
How the hell does he have a dog?
Oh, you haven't gotten there yet.
He had to have gotten there yet. Or already, I mean.
Do you know what episode you left off on?
I watched the whole season.
All of season 10?
11. We're on season 11.
Okay.
8 episodes.
So in season 10, they answered that question with the back 5 episodes, with the last 5. He meets up with this girl because he ran off of Alexandria.
Which is she's in this
Exactly.
season, yep.
That's her dog originally.
Okay, that makes sense now.
She ends up leaving that little cottage that they were at. You don't know what fucking cottage it is.
Nope.
But she ends up leaving the cottage that they were in, and he takes the dog.
Okay. With that being said, how's this dog still alive? Because in this episode, or maybe the next one, they're in the tunnels where the subways are. Mm-hmm. The dog takes off, and Daryl goes chasing after this dog.
Right.
Yo, fuck that dog. Because if that dog wants to take off and go get eaten by some zombies, so be it. Fuck that dog. How's Daryl going to be looking for this dog?
So
Because he
the
was giving
truth
shit
comes
about
out.
pets, yeah.
So the truth comes out. So if you were in the zombie apocalypse and Peanut
And we
ran off.
and we threw Princess
Yes,
to the wolves.
I am not chasing after no dogs in the zombie. No.
I'll remember that shit.
Bullshit.
Do that shit in front of you.
I will
Your-
take
your
care of
wife
my-
and your
no.
wife and your daughter would be like, Dad, you got to go get Peanut.
No, sorry, kid. I'll take care of my dog in the normal world, but the zombie apocalypse, it ain't happening.
That dog can go fuck itself.
Yes.
But you got to remember, Daryl ain't got nobody, so that was like his road dog.
Okay,
That
but
was
girl
his-
here's
left
the
him.
thing. How can that dog still be alive if it does stuff like that?
It's a German Shepherd.
Dog, don't give a fuck. That dog is not trained well enough if he's taking off after some zombies.
That makes okay. Next question. I'm done
Fuck
with your
that dog.
bullshit.
Okay, back to the dog.
Fuck that dog.
Back to the dog. Who's picking up the dog shit?
It's a zombie apocalypse. Who gives a fuck?
No.
Maybe that's what he's doing when he's going running off.
When they're in the campgrounds and stuff, dogs pissing everywhere, dogs shitting everywhere.
The zombies smell worse than the dog shit.
They're using it for compost.
See, these are answers. These are questions that just don't make any sense. Dogs should not be
Questions
there.
don't make sense or the answers don't make sense?
Whatever
That's because
you call
most
it.
people aren't worried about dog shit in a TV show.
No, you see, it's all in the details. Okay, now
That's too fine a
next,
detail. It's not about the dog.
Next, this new compound that they're going to. That's almost like a traditional civilization.
Yes.
Stormtroopers? Really?
Oh, the Commonwealth.
Call it what you want.
That's what it's called.
Stormtroopers? Really?
but- Sure, we'll call them
Horrible
Stormtroopers.
kid. Come on. I have to admit, Negan did Maggie wrong on that train at the end. where
She
he
did
looked
him
at her.
wrong the whole season.
She didn't do him wrong.
No, he did her wrong.
He didn't do her wrong.
He's giving her some of her. He's giving her some of her own treatment. Fuck you, bitch. I'm mad that she's back on the show. By the way, I hate her.
Because it's about, hey, sometimes you got to make fucking tough decisions. Because right after that, she turned around and wouldn't open the fucking door for the dude that.
For the kid.
Yep.
And
Right
they
after
watched
that.
that kid get eaten
Mm-hmm. They
right
sat
through
there.
the fucking window.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, Negan was catching her on her own shit. If you could, you'd put that barrel down my throat and fucking shoot. And she didn't deny it. So the next opportunity comes up for him to save her, and he's
Well-
like, fuck you.
Okay, well, hold on a second. She's trying to get on top of the train.
Mm-hmm.
These zombies got her by the leg.
Mhm.
He had an opportunity to stick his arm out and help her up.
Mhm.
That's
also-
a lot. Hold on a second. That's a lot different than this dude who's in a train with zombies.
He was pounding on that goddamn door for 45 seconds, if not more.
You know them.
Yeah, but
doors
you know
was
what?
Rusted shut.
Those fucking. It would have been just as easy if he would have put his arm down to grab her because he got nothing to hold on.
She could have pulled him.
Yep, you could have pulled him down when the zombies came.
He did her wrong.
Self-preservation.
Nope, he didn't do shit
He
wrong.
did that
But
on
move on.
purpose.
At the end of the
Move
day,
on.
everybody goes for self.
Okay, episode 2.
Damn, that was all the first episode? God damn.
What's up with Eugene's hair?
The
Like that
ponytail?
whack ass ponytail.
He looks fucking styling.
Hold on.
You watch your mouth.
High school.
Hold on a second.
Ooh. Ooh. Hold on.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Oh. You said what?
He looks good with that ponytail.
And you're saying what?
High school.
What about high school?
I know somebody had a
think
ponytail
your
in high
dumbass
school.
got
Dog,
a
there's a
ponytail.
difference between
Nah,
my
ain't no
ponytail in high school, which all my hair was one length, versus homeboy who's got business in the front and
Party in the back, baby. Got that mullet. Rocking that
His
shit in
hair,
the after.
dog. Listeners, watch Eugene. His hair is booty, kid, and I cannot believe Seabass is
I like
saying,
the way it looks.
Are you being serious right now? You're.
Okay.
I think he on
Next
point.
question.
Negan gave Maggie back the gun,
Mm-hmm.
and when he was giving it to her, she grabbed it and they were holding on to it together.
That sexual tension.
Yes, it was, kid. And I know Seabass was heated over that.
Yup.
That's my girl, Negan.
No. I hate her. I'll say it over and over again. I do not like Maggie.
I think it went hard when the episode ended with the Slipknot gang, which is what I'm calling them,
Okay.
because of all the different masks.
The Reapers.
Okay. However, it ended hard with them. Episode 3 started horribly.
Which one? What happened on episode 3? It's been so long.
Episode 3 is the Slipknot came in episode. The end of that episode was just killing them off.
Oh, yeah,
Walking
yeah.
up the
that
street,
was
yeah.
hard. I was like, oh, how they getting out of this? They never explain how they got out of it.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't. Not.
Well,
I mean,
nobody's sitting there narrating. So, Tony,
No.
what they did is...
Come on, kid. They showed like a quick second how Maggie ran away, and they showed like a quick second how Daryl ran away, and that's it.
You can't piece together that everybody else ran away.
No,
Okay.
I want to see it. I thought that was a real misstep on.
You thought that was a letdown. Okay.
Yeah, it was because that fight was, dude. I was like,
Because that-
oh,
yeah,
shit.
right? That was intense, right?
It was, and
And they made it too easy for them to get away. There was no... Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That was bad. Thank
I can
you.
see why you would say that.
Thank you. Selena got a kid?
Yes.
Hers, or she just somebody
Yes.
had a kid and she
Well,
just
get
picked it
this.
up?
She had the baby with some other dude. That dude died, and she got together with the blind preacher. What?
Oh, that's her man?
And then almost had a thing with Eugene.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he like his hair.
No.
So maybe I give me some.
You're making weird fucking connections, but whatever.
Dog, you say you like that dude's hair.
Yeah,
You're
it looks good like that.
You know, you're tripping. Aaron.
Aaron.
How'd he lose that arm, kid?
He got
Dude, that happened back in season 8.
Yeah.
They were building some shit with the bridge. No, season 9. They were building the bridge that Rick shot and left the episode with. And they were hoisting logs, like big old fucking trees. And someone slipped somewhere, and Aaron fell under the log, and it crushed his arm.
So to save him, they cut it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Cut and cauterized.
Okay. Cool. Episode 4.
Some of these questions you could have answered by looking it up on YouTube, but I'll give you the pass on
Yeah,
that.
I'm not doing that.
Hey, we're lucky he got.
You'd rather have me explain it?
Yeah. Well, because I wouldn't have gotten an answer like, I think his hair looks great.
That's why I said some of these questions.
And then, like, episode 4, you already answered that. I didn't know if Daryl and that blonde used to get it in, and apparently they did.
Yes, Leah.
And then the other question I had was, when that chick first showed up, how come the dog went to the chick?
And then we answered that, okay.
Now, here's another detail that I think was horrible.
Okay.
Carol, I didn't realize this is a horse whisperer. How did she become that?
I just think the years of working in the camp. I mean, it's got there got to be like 10 years in, right? 10, 12
Because
years
at the end of the episode, she brought this horse into the barn, and she's petting it. And the very next scene, the horse is laying on the ground, and that's where she slit the horse's throat.
Yeah.
How'd she get the horse on the ground? I thought horses
I
slept
think
standing
there was
up.
a horse that was injured, wasn't
No,
there?
you pull the reins.
But they didn't show none of that. I'm telling you, dude, she brought this horse into the stable.
I remember.
And the very next scene, the horse is laying on the ground. I'm like, how did she do that? She a horse whisperer.
Mm-hmm. It's not that hard, dude.
Again, it's a misstep in my
It's the
opinion.
same approach with all animals, but continue.
It's a misstep.
I think you're too into the wrong details, but okay.
Well, no, because you guys like it so much, you let that shit pass.
No, but
Well-
okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah, of course.
It stopped.
What?
The ringing from the speakers.
Oh, word up.
Anyways,
No, it's a detail that doesn't make sense. But people who like the show say that's okay.
no, because there's sometimes where I look at the show and I'm like, the fuck? How'd that happen?
You see what I'm saying? That's exactly how I saw it.
Yeah, but you're looking at the wrong shit. I'm looking at bigger shit. Anyways.
Well, you know. Episode 5, I don't know what banging on the walls for the walkers. I don't remember what that was.
To get their attention.
Yeah, I just don't remember why. There was a specific reason why I would have done it. What's the point of hurting them? There was a whisperer in the group, and he was hurting them, and Carol and Aaron came, and this other dude, they started killing them, but it turns out one of them was in a mask, and he was hurting them. What's the purpose of hurting them?
Is to gather as many as you can, and then like you want them to stay where they are, so you continue to hurt them that way. That way they stay there, and then when you need them, you move them wherever they need to go. Does that make sense?
And when they all mill around like that,
Uh-huh.
no one else does that. So if there's any survivors of that group, they're gonna know that there's others around, alive.
Say that one more time, I'm sorry.
So you're talking about how they were hurting, right? And they were like milling around in circles.
Correct.
So no, their zombies don't do that on their own, or the walkers don't do that on their own.
Okay.
Only that group does it. So if they have a bunch of little
people
groups,
that wear the mask do it.
Okay.
if they have a bunch of groups of these little milling hordes or herds, whatever, they're gonna know that there's other survivors around of their group.
So like, let's say the three of us went out, right?
Okay.
And we had on the mask, and for some reason we got separated. But we have the mask, so we were able to herd our own group of
Protection.
of zombies, right? Zombies,
Okay.
zombies, and that way you know. Okay, well, one of the motherfuckers got to be over there in that group that's
Okay.
going in circles, kind of
Okay.
thing. And for protection.
Who's Alpha and Beta?
This is season 9. So season 9, they're the leader of the Whisperers, the zombie people group.
Is that the...
That was the bald white lady.
and the tall guy.
Didn't Negan hit that in the woods or something like that? Okay. But that's two different people, Alpha and Beta?
Yes.
Correct.
Alpha's the bald white lady, and Beta's the big guy from Motorcycle Show.
Sons of Anarchy?
Yes.
That one.
I don't know who the dude is, but...
No.
Yeah, it's Alpha and Beta. Like, she's like the main, and then Beta would be second.
Okay. So what happened to them?
They got killed.
Negan killed Alpha. Spoiler alert. And Daryl killed Beta.
So he killed Alpha right after he banged it.
It wasn't right after, but it was after. Obviously, I would hope so.
Okay,
Right.
episode 6.
Okay.
Commercial for The World Beyond.
Oh yeah.
That looked pretty good.
Terrible show.
I'm gonna disagree with him. Season 2 is pretty good, but there's only 2 seasons of that show.
That's why it's probably horrible, because they canceled it.
No, it wasn't canceled. It's only supposed to run for 2 seasons
Oh, really?
because it's merged in with the other 2 shows now.
So why wasn't it good, in your opinion?
I just did the character development, the shit that they had. It just wasn't. It didn't.
It looked interesting.
I thought so too. When I was like, oh shit, it looks like it's gonna be really good. And then I saw it and I was like,
Then again, I've read the comics and know more or less where it's going based off of where that show went and kind of what it has tied into it, because it's got a bunch of Rick stuff tied into it too.
Carol went with these 2 chicks out looking for these horses.
correct,
The 2 chicks were talking sign language to each other.
correct.
However, they were speaking English. Perfect English.
So the black one is hard of hearing.
Okay.
And the other girl is not, but knows how to sign.
Because they were with each other at the
So
start.
why does the chick respond in sign language if all she is hard of hearing? I'm hard of hearing. You don't have to sign language to me.
Because you're
That
not
makes a
as
lot
hard
of sense,
hearing
dude. I
as
didn't
her.
know that. Are you really?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay. Because it's different when you're, depending on how, you can't hear how words are supposed to be said.
She don't talk like that, though.
I'm not saying that she does. But again, if she's hard of hearing, she can't hear herself. So it's easier for her to, it's like knowing another language. It's like,
That's why sometimes she does it.
right.
Sometimes she does, other times she doesn't. Or like she'll do it halfway through the sentence. She'll start talking, and then halfway through she starts signing.
I didn't notice that. All I know is they were both signing and they were both speaking perfect
Also,
English.
her sister in the show.
All right.
Okay.
Don't go
Okay,
forward.
Keep going. Is actually deaf.
The deaf girl.
Who is hard of hearing sister.
Right. Now I understand why they're doing sign language. When the deaf girl was in the picture, I can understand it, but not while she was out of the picture.
We'll see.
But okay.
We have prior knowledge from the show because we've watched other
Okay.
seasons, so we know.
That was kind of ill when they were in that house.
Yeah, those people
That
were
was
kind of
Crazy,
creepy,
dude.
right?
Yeah. And that wall closed in on her.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Now, let me ask you something.
That's like Winchester House type shit.
Let's say the fucking world does go to shit. Okay?
Okay.
We're sitting here by Friday, fucking people are fucking dying, fucking zombies everywhere. Like, you're starting to, oh, fuck, right? So you're 6 months down the road, you're still fucking alive. You don't know how, you're fucking figuring out how to make water out of your fucking pool water so that you can drink. Like, you've learned how to do all this shit, right? And you're still surviving. How close do you think some of these things that happen on this show are and would be to real life? Now, before you answer that, I want you to take into consideration, look at how weird and how crazy the world has gotten now when McDonald's doesn't have fucking chicken nuggets or chicken nugget sauce and people are beating the shit out of the people behind the counter driving through the drive-through window just to get their fucking Chick-fil-A sauce.
Right.
You know what I mean? How accurate or how close to the craziness on this TV show do you think? Do you think they're right? Are they on the right track? Will shit like that happen?
I think they're on the right track in regards to to groups being made,
Right.
and these groups being so guarded, whereas they see other people and it's like,
Hold up.
yeah, it's like
on site.
you can't come over here, stay away, we've already got enough people, we don't know if you're crazy, we know everybody in our group, so you
Right.
better step or we're gonna kill you. I see that
get
being
that.
a reality.
Okay.
Instead of everyone coming together,
For the common goal of survival.
correct.
I think you're right. I think there's going to be a lot more of that kind of.
Yeah,
Well,
and I think a lot of it is because there's no authority, there's no law, if you will. People think they can get away with certain things. Unfortunately, let's say raping women, stuff like that.
That's a great one to just put at the top of the list.
Right? Like that was the only thing that popped
Yeah.
into your mind, Tony, was like, Now here's a question. After, and we'll get back to what you're saying, but
Or just letting you grow your hair out to something ridiculous like Eugene.
like let's say at the end of it all, right? And humanity comes back together and they build a society. Do they just say, okay, well, anything from this point forward, anything you did, fuck it, it is what it is. Shit was different at that point. Or will people still be able to say, hey, well, he killed my blah, 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 and you'd have to pay.
I don't, again, because of the separation, I think, to use your example, Negan.
Right?
That's the exception, not the norm. Whereas he's around the people who saw what he did.
Right?
I think that the separate groups will keep their mouths shut as far as what was done in their group, because they're, like they said at the end, a family.
Right.
That group is a family. They're not gonna snitch on each other.
Right.
They know everyone in that family did some dirt, so it's just like we just won't say nothing.
Right.
But a separate family won't know what that family did.
Gotcha.
With Negan being the exception, everybody knows what he did.
Right. Okay. All right. What other questions? You left off on Deaf Girl. Deaf. Girls.
That crazy house. Oh, putting on those masks
Which ones?
and hurt the
Oh yeah, the whisperer
The
mask.
skin?
and hurting the.
Right.
I thought you had to have that smell, the blood.
Well, that's rotting flesh that they're putting on over
Okay.
their face. That's somebody else's face.
That, and I think most of them wear the clothes of whichever ones they killed and put on. They're wearing zombie clothes too, which I know is not the skins, but
Okay, but at the end, I'll jump forward. Negan and Maggie were hurting a group.
Right.
All they had was a mask.
Right.
But in the
or is it
beginning,
just covering the scent of themselves?
Well, but wait. Let me take it back a second, because I said that. But because what they do is, they still do. Like after you skinned a deer, you wash it and you clean it, and then you lay it out in the sun to basically tan. What's called tanning the hide. So that's basically what they were doing with the faces of these people. They'd peel them off, and then they'd wash them and they'd set them out to dry and do whatever that tanning process was. They were doing it. So maybe because they didn't have the smell, you're right, they didn't drench themselves in the blood or anything else, but their face did look like the rest of them. They walked like them, they made noises like them, they didn't talk. And that's why they were called the Whisperers, because if they did, it was a really light talk with each other.
And it wasn't like full sentences. It was like 2 or 3 words.
So, like, if the zombies heard something, they'd look around and be like, hey, all these motherfuckers look like me. Who is it? Ah! You know what I mean? So, my answer to you is I don't know. That's a very good question, because
in the beginning, when I used to watch it,
they had to drench themselves.
they drenched themselves and they weren't wearing no masks.
They didn't even put it on their skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember they were like ponchos, like the plastic. They put it all over, and because of scent. Okay,
Right.
They smell like dead people, so they're
Rotting
dead.
flesh, yeah.
Okay, so that's out the window. So that's another misstep, in my opinion.
I think that would be that'd be a great question on a panel. Like if we were ever to go to get to go to like Walker Stalker
That's
Con or
damn near
whatever.
shitting on the show, though. That's like,
No, I think that's-
I think you underestimated your zombie people. Why aren't they wearing their gloves? Why aren't they wearing all the skins? Why are they just wearing the faces? At that point, you're shitting on the show if you go onto the Talking Dead and ask that question.
Then let's shit on that show.
No, we're not going to shit on anything. It's a good show.
It sucks.
It does not suck. You suck.
It sucks. Okay.
What else?
One of the guys that was left over, so there was 4 of them. There was Negan, Maggie, the priest, and this other guy at the end.
Okay.
At one point, they saw a zombie that was a friend of the other guy. Or of the other
The
guy's
sister.
daughter. No, his daughter's friend. Before he saw his sister,
Okay.
which I assumed it was his sister.
Yes.
They buried that girl.
I don't remember this.
She was a zombie. They killed her. The dude was sad. And Maggie says that was a friend of his daughter's. I mean, sisters. They wound up burying her and then doing a little prayer around the burial thing. How you going to waste your time and do something like that? You got work to do. Gonna sit there and waste your time and energy. She's a
So
zombie.
you're saying if you saw your sister's daughter,
My sister's daughter.
that's what it was, right? That's what you
No.
said? Your
His
sister's friend's
his sister's friend.
daughter? Okay, yeah, that's 2. Well,
His
just
sister's friend.
yeah.
Well, that's because there's still a little humanity left in the world.
Here we go.
We're following the group that has the humanity.
Too much time
The
was
other group who
wasted.
doesn't have who doesn't
Too
give a
much
shit and
energy
sets
was
mines out in
wasted.
front of their shit.
They got other things to worry about. Slipknot is around. They don't know what's going on. They need to handle some business.
They handled most of Slipknot.
Okay.
There's only 15 people there.
Next, Maggie was hurting them. Okay? Right?
When he says them, he means the zombies.
Zombies. And then she roped it off, and so that now they're just walking around, and her and Negan are having a conversation over a campfire cooking a rabbit
Okay.
15 feet away from these zombies.
Okay.
How come they're not trying to go after them? Because they're stuck in this, walking in a circle?
Yeah.
That makes no sense. They're talking.
Have you ever tried to do anything while you were walking in a circle?
I don't bother to walk in a circle. I got better
Try
things
it.
to do my word.
Try it and see what else you can do at the same time.
Hold on a second. See, now here we go. Here's
Unless
it.
they had one of the other people in there just dealing with them.
No.
You sure?
Yes.
You could see every face in that group.
What I'm
And then
saying is
everybody-
this.
No, this is one of your details.
No, this is what I'm saying.
This is one of your details.
You're
Did you
saying the
look hard enough?
zombies will go after you for hearing you.
That's what he's saying.
Okay, so I'll talk to him.
Okay, go ahead.
Zombies will go after you because they heard you talking.
Right.
They know you're there.
Correct.
Again, Maggie and Negan are having a full blown conversation while they're cooking a rabbit over a fire.
It's
And the zombies aren't going to be like, "Oh wait, we got people right here. Let's go eat them."
No, it's because zombies are afraid of fire.
Oh, here we go.
Also, I'm pretty sure they were whispering too.
No, they weren't whispering because that's when she says, that's what he told her. I would have killed all you, and she was like, "Why would you say that to me?"
I don't
He's like,
think
"Because I'm being
I don't
honest."
think she said it like that.
She did.
I think.
Just because you
Are you
love
sure?
her, don't.
No, I don't like her. What
You-
part of
you
that is
do.
hard
Come
for your
on.
dumb ass to
Yeah,
understand?
You gotta hate love.
No, I
thing
have
going
a
on with her.
hate-hate relationship.
No.
with it.
I think it's because he hates the fact that Negan's gonna hit it.
No, I don't hate that. I don't hate that either. Whatever, it's a part of the show.
The idea.
You
of
guys
it,
are just
know
being annoying. Whatever, move on.
No, I'm saying the idea.
No,
of it,
it's annoying,
because you
though.
don't like
It's
her.
annoying.
That's got a girlfriend. Okay. Next,
Yes.
Eugene got ill punching that rich kid in the face.
Yeah.
I have to give it to him.
You know what it was? The power of the ponytail.
Come on, Seabass, that was a good one.
No, you're annoying.
That's pretty much it. I thought the very ending was pretty good as far as
cliffhanger?
that big ass weapon that we were using, the firecrackers with the spears.
Oh yeah.
That was kind of sporty. So I mean, I don't have a problem. I enjoyed myself watching it.
Good.
Would I have done it on my own? No. Would I be upset knowing how it's going, and like if I didn't watch it, would I be upset? No. I'm more upset about watching Ghostbusters than I am about The Walking Dead. How's that?
And I thought the Ghostbusters was.
And I'm gonna watch the next season as well.
Are you really?
Is it the last one?
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
Now-
No, they still have.
Oh, then
Is this
maybe.
the
Part
last?
2 coming up.
So, but this is it, right? This is the ending.
No, there's a part 3 after that.
You got two. You got 2 more seasons, bro. 16
Serious?
shows.
16 more? Promise? Mm-hmm. All right, I might stick with it.
All right. See, we knew we'd turn you around. We knew we'd get you.
Just to see how it ends.
So I'm gonna bring something back again, real quick. Again, you were on Whiskey Glass with your nephew Champ, right? Or Money, and oh no, it was on the best of. It was on the. Maybe you guys brought it up. I don't remember, but anyways, yeah, I think you guys brought it up, talking about the blind people and wiping their bucks. Did you guys bring it up, or was it just when I put together the best of?
It had to be when you put it together. I don't remember talking.
So when I was putting together the best of, there was a part of the show they were talking about blind people wiping their ass and how do they know they're done.
Okay.
And I saw something about that somewhere else, and I thought somebody had brought up a question that I hadn't thought about. And when they brought that up, it was like something just fucking hit me, right? If you're a woman and you're blind, okay, and your monthly cycle hits, how do you know when it's time to change or when you're done with your cycle, if you use the plugs?
You think it's some crazy stuff to talk about, but I just think it's more of a time thing. Once a day we're going to change it out. Twice a day we're going to change it out regardless.
Well, but it's got to be more than because
3 times a day I'll change it out regardless.
Because according to Glamour magazine, no, I'm just kidding. So like, sometimes women have heavy flows, they have light flows, they bleed different amounts all the time, right? So, and you can't leave it in there too long because then you get some sort of toxicity in your blood and it's bad for you. It's all bad. So my question is, like, I guess they can feel like how much they're excreting, right?
Okay.
So they know when it's time to change it. So would that be the same thing as to when it's over? Like when it's done, you just say, I don't think I'm bleeding anymore, and just go back to regular chonas and.
You have to remember when I'm a strong believer in. What do you have? 6 senses, 7 senses. I'm a strong believer in if you lose one of those.
Oh, absolutely.
The other ones.
You know who else is a strong believer in that? Science. That's real.
What's real is Eugene's hair.
Yeah, it is real.
I ain't never letting you
think
live that
you're
one
real
down. So because the other senses are heightened, that kind of will take over.
Okay.
It's almost like how do they walk around their house without banging into something? They're just
They memorize it.
well, it's
They
not
count the steps and then they know.
Yeah, exactly. After years of doing this, doing whatever it is they're doing, they understand how everything works, which includes their bodies. So they know I'm a heavy bleeder, I'm a light bleeder. So they'll know.
Yeah, it's just I was thinking about that, and I was like, well, wait a minute. How do they know?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
I have other questions, but I think they're inappropriate to ask.
Probably.
So that's just got to tell you how bad they are if I'm not willing to ask them. So besides The Walking Dead, did you get any other TV in?
I started watching Yellowstone.
Okay.
My wife and I started watching Yellowstone.
Okay.
We're gonna continue to watch it because it's good. It seems to be decent enough.
Okay.
But one of the reasons why I started to watch it is because a lot of people are saying it's good,
Right.
and it is. However, I specifically asked my nephew that first episode is it going to grab me and hook me so I'll want to binge watch the whole season, and he said yes. And I don't believe that happened. I don't believe that happened.
I'm with you. I watched it, and I watched it off and on, and the older, I guess, the younger son,
Yes.
that's a lawyer or whatever.
Oh, the middle son.
Is that the middle son?
Yes.
He's just too. I can't believe that somebody that grew up in that is that weak. And the sister is just a fucking monster. Like, holy shit, dude. And I guess maybe I don't, I know it's a small town and blah, 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 but for them to be able to get away with some of the shit they get away with is just a little too much.
I don't think I've gotten that far yet.
I'll tell you, it's an older show, but you can still get it on Netflix. It's called Longmire. That was a really good show. It's over now. Like, the whole season's on there. So you can sit and just fucking binge watch it. And you don't have to wait a week or wait for the next season to come out. It's fucking on. It's a really good show. And it's the same kind of, out in a small little Montana, Wyoming town. But that one has to do with a sheriff of this small town that happens to be right next to a reservation that has a casino and all this. It's a good show. Just check that one out.
Oh, yeah, I'm not into westerns and stuff like that. It's not
Really?
Yeah.
I miss good Western shows, dude. Western movies and shit.
Really?
Like, you didn't watch The Lone Ranger growing up?
Yeah. But
Rifleman?
no. Rifleman?
Yeah. Bonanza?
I watched a couple episodes of Bonanza.
Yeah.
Rifleman's like, that's black and white, kid.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't know we had a black and white TV. I didn't know the fucking difference. It was all TV shows were black and white when I grew up. Shit. Did you get a chance? Have you seen? It's a show called Snowfall.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
On Hulu.
Well, it's on FX, but yeah, well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I finally saw it and I got all caught up on all the.
Oh, is that right?
Well, I was off for 21 fucking days, so I got caught up on everything. That was a really good show, dude.
Yeah,
I like it.
Off the hook.
If you don't know what it's about how the crack epidemic started in L.A. And John Singleton produces it, right?
Yeah.
He must own that fucking house that was in from fucking Boys in the Hood and Friday, because it's the same fucking house in every movie.
The uncle's house.
Yeah.
It's got that covered porch.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
You know what I mean? That's really good. Did you ever watch the Ozarks?
I watched the first season.
Ooh, that show is bad, bro.
Yeah.
It didn't get you?
No.
Oh my god, dude! From the beginning. I was in. And the new season just came out.
They're up to like 4 already.
Yeah. That motherfucker. I was like,
Really?
yeah. When it ended, I was like, holy shit.
When what ended? What season?
This last season that just came out.
Because the first season, again, I was just like, it was all right.
Really?
Yeah.
It's when the little blonde girl comes out in it.
Uh-huh.
That's when it really starts to pick up speed. She's a great fucking actress, dude. She was great in that role. Really, really good show. There was another one that I was going to tell you about. I can't remember what it is. Have you ever watched The Righteous Gemstones on HBO?
Yeah, I watched that.
What do you think about that show?
It's pretty funny.
I thought the first season was really, really good. The second one's kind of, I'm on the fence about.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, it's kind of dragging on.
Yeah, it seemed like it was like the storyline seems a little odd. I had really high hopes when I saw
Andre something.
Is that his name?
Yeah,
the black preacher.
Yeah.
I really when they showed it, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
it's about to get funny. They haven't let him loose yet though. So wait to see how that works out. But that's also a really good show. Tell me you already watched Cobra Kai.
Binge watched his son.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Gotta
right?
watch that. Yeah. That's off the hook right there.
What do you think is gonna happen next though?
That's a good question.
Are they gonna bring it back, or is it over now, or is? Because I think they left it where it's open, right? Like
no, it said after the last episode that it's been renewed for a 5th season. I think.
Really?
Yeah, he brought old boy back.
That's interesting because what's funny is Netflix when they sign contracts or they do the most they'll do is three seasons. Is the most part they do 3 seasons and out. So now they're starting to do more shows longer. Does it bother you that they raise the prices?
No.
No. I lately I don't feel like I've been watching any TV like regular on.
Well, it's funny you say that because I was contemplating on figuring out something to do with my cable.
Right.
As far as what I'm paying for, because I pay a lot. And
what's a lot? I pay $250.
Okay, yeah, same
and
here.
I have the TV, the internet, and one.
Oh no, I paid like $250 just for the TV.
God. Yeah, but you probably got all the premium channels.
Yeah.
The NFL channel probably for your wife.
That comes free.
The knitting channel for you.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Between channels, let's say whatever's above 44, it's DirecTV.
Right.
Till about 200.
They all repeat?
You don't need. From 200 to, let's say, 300 is cool. And then you don't need 300 to 500.
Right. And then 500 starts all the premiums. Right?
Yeah. So it's like, because I've got a lot of people tell me what they do. Like they get, let's say, Spectrum for their local channels, which dirt cheap.
Right.
And then they'll just pay for the Netflix. They'll pay for the HBO Max. They'll pay for this and this. You know, you figure, let's say $15.
Okay.
For each of those premium.
So it's $45 if you do 3.
Yeah. And then let's say you're paying $40 for local.
So
less than $100.
Right? Yeah. Well, that makes a lot of sense.
It does. So I'm debating it. I need to figure something out.
Yeah, I'm gonna call tomorrow see if I can swing a deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What do you do? Ask for the cancellation department and then try to let them work you?
Well, no, I tell them in the beginning, hey, look, man, I'm just, I don't want to do the whole fucking. Oh well, what can we do to keep you? And let's just be honest. Hey, look, dude, I want to stay, but I don't want to pay this much. What do you got?
Right.
And then they'll, oh, well, I can't. I got to transfer you over there. All right. So then they get on the phone. So you want to cancel? So no, that was my point. I don't, but I want to know what you're willing to do for me. I said, you know what I mean? I got blah, blah, blah. So I just don't want to pay that much. And usually they'll, oh, well, let's see what we have. And they'll figure something out and drop your bill by, $50, $60. I mean, it's still high, but $50, $60. And then you don't have to worry about disconnecting the wrong thing. Or
the only thing that concerns me about doing it that way is you're so reliant on your internet. And not that your internet goes down, but it can, and it does.
Right.
And will it go down when you're in the middle of watching something? Because, of course, DirecTV, it's the antenna, the dish, I should say.
Right, but you don't get your internet through them, right?
No.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, if I'm watching a movie on DirecTV, on HBO,
right,
it's not going to go down because it's a dish.
Right.
Whereas if I was just streaming everything and my internet went down, I don't have any TV to watch.
Dude, I've never ever had an issue.
Really?
Yep. It was one time, and it was about half an hour, huh? By the time I called, they had already, oh, yeah, we know that there's something going on.
There's an
here.
outage.
Oh, don't you got like Files?
No, I have Spectrum. They're fucking great, dude.
Really?
Yeah. I see people complain about them all the time.
Oh, I got Spectrum for internet, yeah.
Like, I don't have any fucking issue with them at all.
You know, it's funny, now that I think about it, I haven't had an issue since I upgraded my routers, you're right, and the modem.
Oh, there you go. When you're using a fucking squirrel on a wheel, it might be a little slow from time to time. Fuck, Tony, come on.
I know your nephew's going to hate me for this, but I got the upgraded Ring doorbell.
Okay.
Remember, I was excuse me, one of the problems I was having was it wasn't starting to record like they were already there before it started recording, stuff like that.
Right.
So I don't know if they told me or if I read it somewhere or watched a YouTube video. I have the first generation doorbell.
Okay.
And they're saying, yeah, it's about, that kind of is lagging and stuff like that.
Right.
So I got the the newest Pro version, and let me tell you, it's off the hook.
Really?
Yeah.
Much faster?
Much faster. I have one of those because it's on the sidewall where it's not like facing you as you're walking up.
Right.
It's got one of those little angle things, so it pops out a little bit.
Okay.
So it's popped out facing the walkway. As soon as we open the door and turn around to close the door, it tells me it's recording already.
Oh, wow.
And I haven't even stepped in front of the eyeball.
Nice.
So I have to admit, it was a really good step up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really good investment, huh?
It really was.
There was something else that you guys talked about on that on the podcast that I wanted to talk about.
Damn.
And I know that
really listened.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Yeah, well, I do what I can. I couldn't be there with you. I figured the least I could do was listen, right? So, you guys talked about Landry's. Now, Landry's was the guy that was going to go across the country with his girlfriend in the van, right? That they got.
Oh yeah, uh-huh.
Ended up killing her and came
Yeah.
home. I think his parents whacked him. I think his dad whacked him. Because I think what happened was they took him out there. And I think that once the parents started getting heat for what had happened, like not saying, "Hey, well, yeah, here's what we think happened," or not cooperating, right? I think they started getting heat, and then they knew where he was, so they went to go see him, try to convince him to turn himself in. Hey, dude, you're not gonna be able to run. They're gonna fucking just come on. We got you a really good lawyer. We're gonna help you out. Blah blah blah. And the kid was, oh no, I'm just gonna kill myself. Right? There was a struggle, and the dad shot him.
Man, how? I couldn't. No, I don't think so.
No.
No.
You just think the dude walked out there, laid there, and
I think
started crying about
as I said, they were seeing his side of the family were seeing going on a family trip, camping,
right
stuff like that. I kind of think that they all knew he did it, and he was adamant saying, "I'm not going to survive this. Let's get together, make some last memories." Because I'm going to be gone whether I go to jail. I mean, I don't think necessarily he thought to off himself at that point. But I do think he was like, I did this. We better get as much family time in as much as possible.
I think maybe what happened was they went and the dad was like, hey, man, like it was hey, you need to turn yourself in. What really happened? I need to fucking know. Right? Because now you got us in the middle of this bullshit. And he started to see the collapse of his son's, mentality or whatever. And, hey, well, since we try to help you or whatever, you're going to bring us down with you. Can't have that. You got to go. And I think he offed his son. That's how I would write the fucking movie.
Seabass, you best not do anything wrong, kid.
Don't come home telling me you killed nobody because I'm be like,
But, I mean, like I said, with the technology today, cameras everywhere watching you. He had nowhere to go. Like if one of my kids came home and said something like that happened, there's no running, there's no we're moving you to Mexico because you're gonna get caught. We need to figure out how we're gonna turn yourself in and try to get you out as soon as possible.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing. Like nowadays, you're right. Like even if I tried to, like, you'd have to get me like a 1974 fucking pickup to take you anywhere, and you'd have to leave your fucking cell phone behind, and you'd have to have cash, but not cash that you wouldn't pull out of the bank because they're gonna be like, well, why'd you pull out $1,800?
Yeah, dog. Again,
there's so many different ways to connect the dots.
Even if you cross the border and say, I'm just going to live in Mexico for the rest of my life. No. Cameras in Mexico, too. Tourists in Mexico, too.
Yep.
And your face is plastered everywhere. Somebody's going to know who you are.
Or you're going to end up in the background of somebody's picture that somebody posted. So
yep.
Hey, isn't that motherfuckers in Mexico? He's in Puerto Penasco right now.
Okay, speaking of that, I don't know what made me think about this the other day. Did you ever watch The Truman Show?
The Truman Show.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that's where they filmed his life or something, right? They just followed the camera? Okay.
I think we are, in this day and age, living The Truman Show.
Why is that?
I say, because everybody's recording their lives, and people are watching. Let's talk about the Kardashians for a second. I hate that show comes on. I hate that my kids used to watch that show. Why are you sitting there watching somebody else live their life? Because it's extravagant? Okay, I kind of get it. Because they can buy nice things? Okay, I get it. But you're sitting there watching these people being filmed living their life. That's The Truman Show. That's what that movie was about. But it was just everyone was watching one dude.
Right.
And while you're watching that movie, you were like, this is ridiculous.
But that just goes to show you, like, voyeurism is real. Like, even people like, what's the Irish guy that you watch play video games?
I watch a lot of people play video games.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
And you let that happen?
What do you want me to do? He's fucking 22
Talk
years old.
to the kid.
Look how big he is, bro.
I think you can take him.
Yeah, it blows my mind. You play video games, and then you'll sit and watch somebody play video games, and it's to me that's weird, right? Because we didn't have options like that. We were out busy doing shit, and if you wanted to watch somebody do shit, you had to be out there watching them do shit.
You see, I watch, let's say YouTube videos.
Right.
I watch somebody how to do something because I want to learn how to do something.
Right.
Or a pointer on how to do something.
Right.
Or how they, whatever it is.
How they fix something, how something was made, how something was done.
Exactly. How they went about it.
Right.
May change see it from a different angle. But to sit there and watch them watch video games, sit there and watch them go, I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't understand it either. And
again, The Truman Show, I mean, it was a good movie. And I remember certain scenes where they were showing, like, people watching TV, just sitting there watching them sleep. And how he gets up in the morning.
Like Big Brother. Remember, they would have Big Brother, so you would watch the show, you see them do their...
Okay, but however, Big Brother, they played it up. They did tasks, if you will.
Well, yeah, but then they had Big Brother After Hours. Did you ever see that?
I never watched Big Brother, I definitely never watched no After Hours.
So Big Brother After Hours, that's like when all the lights shut off and they're not doing tasks and all that shit, and it's like nighttime when they're supposed to be sleeping, and they see people sneaking into each other's beds and talking and what they're whispering to each other about what's coming up or trying to make alliances and shit like that. So it was, you know what I mean? Like, it's a bunch of different perspectives and visions of what's going on. And it's really, and you would sit there and you would watch just Watch people sleep. It's weird.
Yeah.
Wasn't there was a girl on YouTube that was making money doing that, right? Or she had her own fucking channel doing that where she would just set up her camera, or was it a movie?
I don't remember. I just remember the Truman Show. I think there was another movie that was similar with Matthew McConaughey. But I could be wrong on that. But again, some of the things are fun. Like my kids will still watch some shows, and I watch it with them because they do funny shit,
right?
And I get it. It's entertaining. But the ones where it's just they're walking around, it's like what are we doing here?
Look, bro, Kim Kardashian and some of these other so-called reality shows, bro. It all started with fucking Welcome to My Crib, Yo MTV Cribs.
No, the Real World.
That too. That was the next step. First, that's what it started with. Yo MTV Cribs were, oh, fuck, I want to live that kind of lifestyle. I want to do that. I want to be able to buy this. I want to be able to buy that. So people started going out and doing extravagant purchases before they were actually wealthy enough to have and maintain those purchases that they made. You know what I'm saying? And now it's even worse. Kim Kardashian got a Range Rover. She got a Bentley. She got a G5? Is that what it's called? The G5 wagon from Mercedes. That motherfucker's bad, bro. God. I mean, they show all these people that are making obscene amounts of money, and I don't give a shit what anybody says, dude. You can talk shit about Kim Kardashian all day long, but she turned a sex tape into all kinds of money because
don't get me wrong,
it's launched her into, and it's not even her, it's her mom that set all that shit into motion.
I'm not mad at her or them,
right?
I just don't understand the people who are
obsessed with her,
obsessed with them. And again, it's when they're just not doing anything other than living their life, and you're sitting there watching them. It's like, entertain me. Jersey Shore, I watch that with my kids because they're always doing something.
But like this, like I think that that's where it's backwards, Tony, because she does so much. She's got her what's it called, skim line, the suction underwear, right, whatever it is. She's got her own perfume. She got her own makeup line. She's got all this bullshit going on. She still photo shoots. She's here. She's there. She does all this, and then you get to see her in her so-called reality setting, and it makes her a person. It makes her normal.
What do you mean by reality setting?
Like
her day-to-day life.
Yeah.
That's my point, though. Why are you watching her live her day-to-day life?
Because what it is it creates a bond with her and changes the way that people view her. I think there's a lot, like it'll make people that really like her that much more. And people that thought...
Again, I understand why she does it for all those reasons.
Right.
I don't understand why they do it.
Because they want to be like her.
But they're not going to be like her.
Oh, I know that. I mean, there's only one Kim Kardashian, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It boggles my mind. What a waste of time.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, hey, that Dad, I watch this Irish guy. He's super funny and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't entertain me. It doesn't get me. But on the other hand, I can't sit and play video games all day long either. Like 15 minutes. Like, what'd you say? I have 3 games that I've started and played. Like not even the first complete mission. It doesn't entertain me that way. Like, I get only 10, 15 minutes at the most, and 5 of that's just getting through the fucking menus. You know what I mean? So
hold on. Have you said you have a DVR?
No.
You got cable?
Yeah.
You know that show Celebrity? Is it Celebrity Big Brother? Celebrity House?
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, I think it's Celebrity Big Brother, right?
I don't know exactly.
It could be Celebrity House. I don't know.
You heard your girl's gonna be on it this season?
Who?
Travis Barker's ex-wife.
Ooh, Shauna Moliker? Mogler, whatever the fuck her name is?
Celebrity Big Brother.
Oh, I hate Big Brother, but I might have to watch it, dude.
I've never watched an episode.
You're gonna watch it this like she fine as fuck, dog.
No.
She bad, bro. She bad. she bad, bro. I don't give a shit. Whatever. She bad.
I was watching a commercial or something. They were saying the names of the people, and it said that name. I was like, why do I know that name? And I said,
your wife probably said, yeah, why do you know that name?
And I told myself, oh, that's that chick that Domingo's, down for.
Yeah, she get it all day, dog. You know what? But watching her on TV, when they were on, because they had their own show, their own reality TV show, and seeing her sometimes is kind of a little bit of a turnoff, but I might be able to put up with it because she's bad. So, we've had our fun talking mess about Joe Rogan all the time and all this bullshit. Dude, what do you think about Neil Young versus Joe Rogan versus Spotify?
I had a conversation with someone last week.
Okay.
When it first started.
Okay.
And this person was saying, who does Neil Young think he is? It's either me or Joe, telling Spotify it's either me or Joe Rogan. Does he know that, how, not that how old he is, but how, like, his peak is past.
Right.
And this is Joe Rogan's peak.
Yeah, like Neil Young is not relevant enough to pull that card.
Yeah. And so I was just like, hey, man, he's got his morals. He just says, look.
He's got his beliefs.
Yeah, I don't want to be on the same platform as these people.
Threw his nuts on the table.
And he's like, but then it was after the fact that I had this conversation with this person that I learned that what Neil Young actually said, which was he told his management, take me off Spotify. I'm done. I don't want to have nothing to do with them. In, so many words. He said, take me off Spotify because they can't have Neil Young and Joe Rogan on the same platform. So he wasn't saying it's me or Joe Rogan. He was saying, take me out. I'm done. I don't want to mess with them. I'm done. I'm good. Take me off of there. I don't want to have nothing to do with that.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yes, it does. Because, again, when this person approached me when we were discussing it, he was like, who does he think he is? It's me or Joe Rogan. Who are you going to pick? And he was like, they're going to pick Joe Rogan, of course.
Of course.
And that makes sense.
Right.
But I was just like, well, he's, hey, that's his belief. I get it. But he's like saying, hey, me or him. But that's not how it went down. He just said, take me off Spotify. And let me know when it's done, because it can't be Joe Rogan and Neil Young.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it worked. That's the funniest part.
Why? It didn't work.
Yes, it did.
Well, Neil Young is off.
He's off, and you didn't see Joe Rogan put out his video statement?
Yeah, I saw him put out his, hey, you know what? I got nothing against Neil Young, yada, yada. This is what I propose we do. This is what I'd like to do. This is what I think.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much what they wanted, which is not necessarily take Joe Rogan off, but they're saying you're spreading this misinformation via, let's say, Joe Rogan.
Right.
And Joe Rogan saying, yes, I could be more biased towards one side, and I'm going to change that. If I get one view from a guest, I'm going to bring on somebody else that has an opposite view to even it out.
Right.
So he admitted, yes, I do lean towards one side, and I'm going to change that. So I think Neil Young won.
Well, not really. If all he said was, "Hey, take me off, I'm done. I don't need to be on that."
Because Spotify is allowing people to spread misinformation. So now Spotify comes out with their statement saying shows that do this, we're going to put a disclaimer first and da-da-da and da.
Right.
So, again, it's not that he necessarily won.
And in all actuality, those shows should have fucking had that anyways.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Because
well, you know what? Not necessarily. It's entertainment. This is not a news program. It's not Joe Rogan's fault he's so popular that people are listening.
Yeah, and that's the problem. When you get that big, everybody's watching.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's like, hey, how many times has he said, I don't know what I'm talking about? Many.
Blatantly honest, dude.
Yeah, I'm a dumbass. I don't know what I'm talking about. You should
do your own research.
Yeah, exactly. He would say that all the time, and I get it.
Huh. Yeah, I think it was just a funny move. You know what? It sucks that the fucking media throws it out there like that. Like, oh fuck, he's throwing his nuts on the table. Let's see what happens. When that really wasn't what happened. But
and then and then I had a follow-up conversation with this person.
Okay.
And I was like, so what do you think now? Now that Joe Rogan made that statement, and now that Spotify saying they're going to put disclaimers. He goes, well, it's because everybody else started piling on. Joni Mitchell.
Right.
Somebody else.
It was like 4 artists or something like that.
And he was like, if it wasn't for them, this would have never happened. And I was like, you know what? Neil Young was just the tip of the spear. That's all.
Yeah, he was just a catalyst behind everything. It was coming one way or the other, like it was going to happen.
Every rainstorm starts with a drop.
All right. Every baby starts with a pump. That wrong? You didn't want it to go.
What were your original thoughts on it? Original thoughts.
I think my original thoughts was, who the fuck is Neil Young?
So you were in the camp of his time is gone.
No, it was, who the fuck is Neil? Like I know, because at one point I think I said Neil Diamond. I thought, oh shit, like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's no way. Like, if Neil Diamond or Bruce Springsteen ever came out and said, "Hey, it's fucking me or this guy," you're gonna lose. Because it's fucking Bruce Springsteen and
not Neil Diamond. I think Neil Young got more pull than Neil.
Nah, I think you're tripping.
Really? Neil Diamond?
That name is more. I think it's more commonplace than Neil Young. Neil Diamond's got more hits than Neil Young. I couldn't name one fucking song either one of them sang though.
Yeah, you could. Keep on Rocking in a Free World. That's Neil Young's #1 hit.
That's his only song, right?
No, he's got a couple.
That's the one song that he's really known for, though, right?
Yeah. So you were on the camp that, hey, Joe Rogan's a lot bigger than you.
Yeah, at first I kind of chuckled because I thought, dude, you're...
And I did too. But I didn't chuckle at the fact that, again, Neil Young says, look, I'm not going to be on the same platform. And this is what I told this dude I was having a conversation with. I said, it's just like Mingo and I, we have a podcast. And if it was put on a platform with white supremacists, with all this stuff, we would say, take us off. We can't be on that.
Yeah, we're not part of that.
And not that we're doing that, but we're associated with them.
Right.
So we would just pull ourselves out.
Right.
And I told him, I said, that's what Neil Young is doing. He's like, look, I can't be a part of this. I'm out. I'm good. I'm out.
Opposite of what I believe, whatever it is. Yeah. There you go.
So.
All right. That kind of makes sense to some degree. Whatever.
How was your New Year's?
Fucked. I got sick the last day of December. I wasn't feeling well. That's why I didn't go to the party that night. I wasn't feeling well. And I was like, hey, dude, like, Sebastian started coughing. And I was like, I don't want to go and get near anybody just in case I am sick, or if I have it, I don't want to spread it and get everybody all fucked up. So I'll call it a day. And so I stayed home. And then the next day, the first is when it just kind of started. It felt a little achy, felt a little funny. And then the second, that Sunday, I had a little fever, started getting congested, started sneezing. And then the congestion hit, the cough, and all that. So I had it probably really strong for about 8-9 days. And then Milo took a test, and his came up positive. So I had to call work, and I'm like, hey, dude, I said, my son just tested positive, blah, blah, blah. I said, I still have a little bit of a cold. Well, then you can't come back, just, test again in 5 days. So then I went back, I tested in 5 days, and I came up positive. So then they said, well, go test again in 5 days, and then you can come back. So we're talking, that was at 15 days right there, 17 days. So then I went to go retest, and yeah, we can't retest according to CDC guidelines after 5 days. If you don't have any symptoms or anything like that, you can go back. So my job says that I had to retest before I can come back. I'm like, well, we can't do that, but I'll examine you, and then I'll clear you to go back to work. All right, that'll work. So she, blah, 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 signed off, gave me a letter, gave me a copy of the CDC guidelines. I sent it in, and they let me come back to work.
Wow.
But I was out a good 21 days, dude. Oh, no. Yeah, a good 21 days.
Man.
Off. I just lounging. But, dude, I couldn't, literally, I couldn't do anything. I think I slept for about 3 days straight. I got up, I'd eat, and I'd go lay back down and go and knock out. And then, the last week before I went back, I still had a cough. But it was I wasn't drinking, I was drinking water, but I wasn't drinking enough of it. And the phlegm was really fucking sticky. So you'd cough, and it gets stuck in your throat. You couldn't get it past that. So I'm sitting there, and I'm trying to bring it up, and I'm trying to spit it into a bottle or napkin or whatever I had. And finally, I got rid of it. And it was awful, dude.
At any point, did you really get nervous?
Nervous? No.
Scared?
No. It was never that bad.
Okay.
I was more worried about him because he went back to work pretty quick.
So I felt it on New Year's Eve. I was working, I was closing that night, and I was coughing. And 2 days before that, I had worked with somebody that ended up testing positive New Year's Day. So after New Year's, I had the 1st and 2nd off. Took my days off, and I felt fine on the 3rd day. So she said, okay, whatever, you can come back, you're good. So I went back, and that day, I went home fucking coughing my lungs out. I had re-gotten it. I was sick again. And then after that, I was down for 2 days. So I think I had 2 solid days off from work.
At any point, did you get real nervous?
No. It was just
I just had
a bad cough.
Did you guys stay up for New Year's?
No.
I did.
I was out by
I was up.
7 or 9.
How was your New Year's?
It wasn't bad. It was at nephew's house this year. Funny story. A lot of drinking involved.
Of course.
For people. And his father-in-law, he had a bonfire going.
Okay.
So at one point, his father-in-law, I think he was leaving, and he got up, and dude, he took a tumble, because he was really drunk.
Faded.
Yeah, and so I saw him fall, and so I didn't run, but I got there quickly to help him.
Right.
But by the time I got there, his wife was already helping him up and stuff, and you could tell he was just drunk. That was all. But what I noticed was both nephew and Rob were sitting at that bonfire too.
And neither of them got up?
They just looked at him and kept their conversation going. And I was like, after the fact, I was like, yo, what the fuck? You
guys are ruthless.
Yeah, and nephew was like, hey, man, something along the lines of, he might be the type, this is what I got out of it. He might be the type, if you try to help him up, he'd be like, I don't need no help. I could do this by myself type deal.
Right.
And nephew's like, I don't want to, now I'm trying to help him. He's going to piss me off by saying that, You know, so he's got it. Him and his wife have got it. Which is okay, I get it. But then I'm looking at Rob like, yo, what's up with you? He goes, well, Steve, nephew didn't bother to do anything, so why am I? He figured he knows what he's doing. So
yeah, I'm just following the man's lead, bro. Why you yelling at me?
He took this fall. I felt so bad for him.
Fuck. Dude. Okay, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Before you sprung into action,
Yes.
did you put your beer down or did you just walk over with it?
I think I might have walked over with it.
Yeah, you weren't all that worried about you.
Again, I was much further away than them. So, you know.
Any of the boys get out of hand? Anything happen?
No.
No. Yeah, I was
good.
I think I was still. God, the last time when you guys got together at Rob's house, I still don't think I was cleared to go back. So I stayed at home. I didn't want to go in my last couple of days of trying to get anybody sick. I want to make sure before I come and hang out. You know what I mean?
Right.
How was that? Was that a good time? It seemed like people got a little extra.
Which night was this?
Cowboys and
49ers?
yeah,
I went there when the game was over.
because that's Big Lou's team, right?
Yeah, Big Lou
49ers.
and Rob and nephew and Ivan.
And everybody else is
So it was
Cowboys.
like 3-on-1.
Okay.
And I knew it was going to get, because again, they're really
That
into
rivalry.
it. And so I waited until the game was over before I headed over to let them get it out of their system.
Now you're like me. You don't watch a lot of football or team sports on TV, right?
No, I watch. Yeah, I'm not one. I don't have a team per se.
Are you a screamer?
No.
Do you get angry at the TV? Do you yell at the team?
No.
I can't. I don't get that at all.
It's funny you say that because this past weekend, the 49ers played the Rams.
Right.
Okay. And Luis invited everyone to his house. I mean, he cooked up a lot of meat. He his 49er flag was flying.
Right.
So, my wife and I, we prefer to watch it in peace, if you will.
Right.
Again, she's not the type to, because she's more into it than I am. She don't yell at the TV per se. She kind of does, but not like crazy.
Right.
So we were watching it at home, even though he invited everyone to go over. So after the third quarter, towards the end of the third quarter, it looked like the 49ers were going to win. Okay. So my wife and I were like, why don't we go over there? His team's going to win. Do a shot with him after the game is over.
And we'll call it a day.
Yeah, and call it a day. Ivan actually in the group text said, hey, come on by. It's safe. Meaning Luis wasn't getting out of control.
Right.
Everything was copacetic. So, my wife and I, towards the end of the third quarter, we were like, okay, let's go over there. We'll watch the last quarter over there with them.
Right.
So, as we're getting dressed, the Rams scores a touchdown. But it's still, hey, the 49ers are going to win. So we get to Luis's house. Everything's cool. Things start taking a turn, right? They're doing really shitty. Luis is starting to yell at the TVs. What are you doing? And this and that. And it got to the point where I was like, oh, shit. Maybe we shouldn't have came. And
He gonna blame you. It was Tony. Tony brought bad luck.
He starts swinging on he's got one of them big umbrellas for the pool.
Yeah.
It was folded down. It wasn't like open.
Right.
But, he swung at it, tips it over. He's getting into
He
it.
started kumatang.
Yeah. So he had this other buddy there, and I'm talking to him. He's like, oh, just let him be. He's got to get it out of his system type shit. And I was like, yeah, bro, I guess so. He goes, I'm like, I feel bad, though, because I think some of these guys take it serious that if something changes in your scenery might be the cause of this bad luck going on.
Right. You were afraid it was a turn on you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm afraid that before I got here, they were doing good, and now that I'm here, they're not doing good at all.
Right.
And so his buddy's like, oh, man, come on, don't worry about that. You're tripping. And I was like, cool. So the 49ers wound up losing, and Big Lou was very upset.
Right.
And so half an hour after the game, we were going home. So I was telling his homeboy, you know, I'll see you next time. I've met him before. He said something along the lines like, all right, man, you take it easy, Jinx. And I was like, He started laughing. So he coined me Jinx.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, again, I'm not that much into sports to get crazy like that.
I'm not either, but there's been a lot of overtime games this year where it came down to the very end, like, didn't think it was going to happen, and then out of fucking nowhere, there's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So it's been a season of good games. We'll see how the Super Bowl halftime show goes. I mean, how the Super Bowl goes.
Do you have any idea how to watch the Super Bowl halftime show if you don't have cable? By chance?
No.
Okay.
Go to somebody's house that has it?
It's not a possibility, but yeah.
What do you mean it's not a possibility?
My daughter.
Oh.
She wants to watch the halftime show. She ain't got cable. And, you know, she's going to be at home in L.A.
So you don't have the Dish Anywhere app? You should be able to download Dish Anywhere with your subscription.
Dish Anywhere?
Uh-huh.
I got
And be able to watch.
I got DirecTV.
Oh. Yeah, you might not be able to do that with DirecTV. I don't know if they do. I don't know what my login is. I could try to remember. I could try to figure out what it is. And then she could download the Spectrum app on her TV. She watched TV through that. I don't know for it being that far away, but she should be able to do it.
Okay.
But I never remember what my fucking logins are, so I'll figure that out tomorrow, and then I'll let you have it, though. You can give it to her.
All right, cool.
But then you got to pay my cable bill. Just fucking with you, dog. Just fucking with you. So today's weather fucking up your day for tomorrow already?
Oh, yeah. Real bad.
How many, so tomorrow's Thursday. Thursday's, is it usually a light day or is it usually?
No, all my days are heavy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How much more time do you have to spend at each location?
It's going to all depend. But something like what the wind we had today,
yeah,
my pools are going to be probably a good, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes each.
Extra?
Longer. Yeah.
Wow.
And let's just round it around. Let's make it a round number like 20. If I did 20 pools, an extra, let's say 10 minutes each pool.
Wow. That's a lot.
That's 200 minutes.
So it's almost 3 hours, a little over 3 hours extra.
Yeah.
God damn. That's a lot.
Yeah. Whenever there's a windstorm, dude, it just ruins the day. Whatever I'm doing, it just ruins it. I went to a quinceañera once on a Saturday night. This is a long time ago. It was held at Sun City, Del Webb, in Bermuda Dunes.
It was a quinceañera in the old people's venue?
Yeah. And it was really nice, though.
Really?
But it was windy. I'm talking palm trees were swaying. Mm-hmm. And I'm just looking out the windows, just thinking about Monday morning. My job's horrible.
Well, I got to tell you, today, when I left the house this morning, I don't know what it was, but I got something in my eye, dude, on my right eye, and it was, I had allergies, so I took an allergy pill before I left for work. Dude, I was driving, I couldn't fucking see, glasses on or fucking off. I couldn't. I tried to close my right eye because that's where something was in that eye. I tried closing it and I couldn't. I had a hard time focusing. And then I had taken so I took a pill last night before I went to bed. I took one this morning. So now it made me extra drowsy on the way to fucking work, right? Mm. And I finally get to work and I'm sitting there and I have these drops at work. But they're they're gel drops, so they're really fucking thick. And because I'd been rubbing my eye, when I put them in there, it fucking burned. So now I'm sitting there and I'm like, fuck, do I want to put any more drops? But I got to. And in the shower, I'm trying to cup water on my eyes to try to flush it out. I couldn't do that either. Didn't help. So I had my meeting, and then at 10 o'clock, we opened the doors. Or 11 o'clock, we opened the doors. 11:15, my boss and his fucking second hand show up. It's like, motherfucker, I can't catch a break today. So he comes in and he's like, dude, the fuck's wrong with your eye? Obviously, he didn't cuss, but what's wrong with your eyes? I told him, and he was like, well, when's the, because I had a trainee there, so not like I could leave her there. He said, when's your next person coming to sell? It comes in at 1:45. He says, see if she can come in earlier, dude, so you can get out of here. Your eye looks terrible. I said, yeah. I said, I'll just wait. She'll be 1:45. She'll be here. I can muster it till then. So they were there till like 1:30. They left like 5 minutes before she fucking got there. And then 1:45, and I came home, dude. That's why when you asked about, I asked you about tonight, and then you said, well, what time? And I was like, I was off and on asleep the whole time because I had taken that fucking allergy pill, you know what I mean? So I wanted to, okay, well, I had to measure it out with time, and I got to wake up with enough time to eat, and then whatnot. And I was like, fucked me up, bro.
You get allergies every year?
You know, this last year, I think, was the first time I got allergies bad coming back. I had them really bad when I was here when we were younger, like before I left. And then I was gone, and when I came back, I was fine for the first couple of years. And then, like last year, I think they started hitting me really bad.
All right, you need to start taking Flonase.
The squirty stuff? That help you out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
You take it just on a daily basis for the allergy season.
Yeah?
And you're straight.
Just a quick squirt in the nose,
yeah.
You good? I'm about to try it, dude. Because I was doing Allegra, but if I take one pill, it doesn't help. So I have to take 2 of the big pills from Allegra, and that wasn't even cutting it. So, but I take one of the little small ass 10 milligrams of fucking Zyrtec.
Right.
Shit, like fucking swallowing Bruce Lee. Fucking no boogers at all, dude. Like I'm golden. I know that came out really wrong. I didn't mean it to sound like that. But anyways, but with the wind, it got even like this morning. I woke up and my face was already in pain. Like I got up at 7:30 to go pee, and I wiped my eye, and it fucking hurt. So then, by the time I got up, this side of my face the right side was all congested. So I had to take another one, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a terrible day. But I made it through, and we're here now. So what are you gonna do? Right? Any final words, Sebastian?
No, I'm good.
No? You sure?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. I ain't got nothing to say to you.
Damn.
I'm done with your bitch ass today.
Damn, Tony, what'd you do to him? Tell him you like the haircut.
I only wish his birthday was coming up soon.
Why? What would you do? What would you get him?
A weave, like a ponytail weave.
Buy him one of them hats. The hats with the long hair in the back. It'd be good.
And you know what? I'd rock that motherfucker.
Tony, any final words?
No.
Shout outs? No nothing?
No.
Really?
Nephew, appreciate him having me on last week. Whiskey
Yes.
Glass Podcast.
Man, you guys had a long show, dude.
Yeah, once we started drinking, it started loosening up.
Oh, it just kind of came together,
Yeah,
right?
and again, we were talking a lot of stories about the family because
Right.
obviously we're related, and
Good old Fred.
Yeah.
I had a good time listening. You guys sounded good together. Once you relax and you had a few drinks there, everything just kind of started
Right.
flowing really well. So that was good. It was good to hear that. It's probably a good time for you and your nephew to kick back
Yeah.
and get to know each other
Wasn't
again.
too bad.
And, since you guys just kind of started hanging out. Just kidding, champ. Just kidding. Again, happy birthday to Etsy. It was such a great time hanging out with you yesterday at Cheesecake Factory. Again, Raymond, thank you very much for enjoying and listening to the show and recognizing who we were. I guess you couldn't miss it since we both had our shirts on, but again, thank you for that. And everybody, we're back. We should be back to recording at least once a week for you. We hope you enjoyed today's show, and we'll see you again next week. Love you. Bye.